to the story time. So guys, this particular morning, right? This particular morning I had work at 11 a.m. I believe it's 11 a.m. And to be honest, I did not want to go to work. Was it 11 a.m. or 9? I believe it was 9 a.m. I did not want to go to work. I got up and I just had this feeling like something was saying, don't go to work, don't go to work, don't go to work. But I'm like, maybe it's just me because I never want to go work yet. You know that way there? But you know, I have to make my money and help. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be obedient. I'm not gonna call out because guys, I don't call sick even if I'm not feeling well. Most cases I still go to work, you know. So this particular morning I'm like, you know what, let me just get ready and head out. So I believe I was running late. And I got out, right? So I don't live far away from work, but depending on traffic it may take a while for me to get to work. So this particular morning, I believe it was sometime after 8 o'clock, and I start work at 9, right? So I was kind of running late because with traffic it may take a while, right? So anyways, I was walking on the road and it was pretty lonely, which is strange because at that time most persons are headed to work as well. So I wasn't like paying that any mind. I was just heading about my business, you know. So I was walking on the road and guys, I'm like 2 to 3 houses away from my house, right? And I saw this guy on a bike passing. Bear in mind it was just me and the guy at the time on the road. But he appeared to be a delivery guy. He was pretending to be. He was making note or counting the different or paying attention to the different numbers on the gates. So for example, he was saying 1 9. You know, he was doing that. So I'm like, oh, maybe he's delivering. And I believe he had the food cooler thingy that they normally walk with on the back of the bike, or whatever you call it. I believe he had that as well. So I said, oh, I'm just gonna deliver food, not pay him no mind or anything. Guys, where I'm living, this story took place last year, by the way. Both stories that I'm about to tell you guys took place last year. Anyways, where I live, the road is like a horseshoe shape. I'm not sure you guys understand, but alright, the first point is like at the top of the road, right? And at the bottom there is a turn to go onto another road. And at the end of that road there's a dead end. So the guy turned onto the road, right? And he went to the end of the road. But at this point I'm not paying this guy any mind. I forgot about him, by the way. I was just there walking, and as I said, when I reached to the third house, which is the third house from my house, the guy came up on the bike and he stopped at my foot. So I'm like,
the guy then pulled out a gun from his waist and pointed it at me.
What is now? But you know, as him reach on my foot, me just know him come out, because I've been in the situation before. But that is, I will have to split up the video, guys. So anyways, he stopped at my foot and he's like, pass your phone, pass, or give me your phone or something like that. And I'm like, what the hell, why am I about to stay at my yard, you know? But at the moment I'm like, oh my god, I was looking around to see if I saw anyone that I could alert anyone. I was just praying that a bike, a delivery guy, or a resident or someone will show up, right? But the road was pretty lonely. It was just us two at that time. So the guy, as I said, he had the gun pointing at me and he's like, pass your phone. But he's looking around like he's being kind of scary. Like he's behaving as if he's scared. So he's looking around and I'm searching through my bag. I know where the phone is, you know, guys. Like, me know where the phone is now. Stubborn, no? So I'm there searching for the phone. I'm like, oh my god, I can't find the phone now. I wonder if I leave it. And I'm like, alright, I have cash. I can give you cash, right? You want the cash? So the guy, he must say yes, he want the money. But I had my purse in my bag, and I also had some cash in a pocket in my bag, store away for emergency or whatever. So I took out the money. I believe it was like $3,000 or something like that. I took out the money and was handing it to him. Was handing him the cash, right? And he held on to the cash. And then he saw a truck coming from down the road, and he just drove off. He didn't take the cash or anything, guys. He just drove off. So when that happened, I just stand up and look like, okay. And then I was feeling sad. I was feeling sad because I was like, oh my god, I should have just stayed home. I knew I was not supposed to go to work today. Something was telling me to just stay home, and I ignored it. But then I heard the gate that I was at, I started to hear a voice. And then I just go in the people in the yard. We just go in, and I saw this old man, and he was like cleaning up and stuff. And I was explaining everything to him, and he was like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened, because I heard the bike but I wasn't thinking much of it. And he said, you want me to follow you to go get a taxi? And I'm like, I just want to go home. And he's like, no, I can follow you to go get a taxi and all. And then he did that. I texted, when I was in the taxi, I called my mother. Because I called my mom for everything. So I called my mother and I was telling her what happened. Then I texted, we have a group at work, right? A WhatsApp group. We made a WhatsApp group. So I'm texting the persons in the group, and I was telling them what happened and everything. At that time, I was just saying, well, nothing bad happened, so I wasn't feeling down. I was just happy to be alive, and well, I have my phone, I still have my money that I obviously never want. So I kind of put that behind me, right? When I got to work, let them tell everybody, guys, tell everybody what happened. So persons are constantly coming to me and asking me about what took place the morning. So that even made me feel some type of way, because every time I try to forget about it, somebody bring it up. Manager called and he's like, you want to go home, and you sure you can work today? And I understand that they were concerned about what happened, but they keep on bringing up the fact that I didn't give the guy my phone, and the guy held a gun at me, and then me feel bad. Let me say, one of them must say me an idiot or something. But you know, that happened, and we put that behind us. Like they were saying, they weren't like judging me. They weren't really judging me. They were just like, girl, you're brave because gun, like seriously, girl. And yeah, and that passed. Everybody forget about that, thank god. Guys, this particular morning I go work again. Tell me now, why every time me I go work? Like, I'm trying to work, I'm trying to make a honest living, and every time I go work, this shit happens. So anyways, this particular morning, I never want to go work again. I didn't want to go to work. It was a Sunday. I cannot forget, it was a Sunday, and I had work at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. you know. So imagine Sunday, 7 o'clock, everybody in their bed, or maybe I do chores around them house, and you have to wake up to go work. So irritating, right? So this particular morning, I had work at 7, and I was late. I was running late, and I believe it was sometime after 6 o'clock. So I was almost at the location where my workplace is, right? And I was seeing the building and everything, and I was watching the time, because when I got out of the taxi, I made a note of the time. So for example, it was 6:30. I know that where I'm walking to, I have like 10 minutes walk or less. So say 6:30, I know that 6:40 I will reach work, and by the time I should start and everything, it should be 7 o'clock. Alright, so I was there walking, but I was like hurrying, like I was walking very fast, and the road was lonely again. The road was lonely, and I wasn't really paying attention to my surrounding. To be honest, I was just hurrying to get to work because I didn't want to be late, and I just felt when someone walk, when someone walk fast, this way, I just feel the wind or the breeze. I felt that, so I'm like, oh my god, you scared me for a moment. Me say, oh, you frightened me. That me said to the guy, and he's like, why you frightened? Take out knife, give me your phone. Guys, I was so pissed this time. Me not even feel scared. I know, I was just so pissed. Cause me I look on the workplace right there, so this guy come stop me after me. I said, this happened again. Remember, both instances that I'm telling you about happened last year. So they happened like maybe 2 months apart or something. I said, this happened again. Me so upset, guys. And this guy took out a knife, and him not even knows me have a bigger knife in my bag, Me have a bigger knife in my bag. Me take out this little piece of knife, like, although me know it can still hurt me, but I was so upset. So the guy is like, give me your phone. I'm like, which phone? What phone? Did you give me a phone? Like, I don't said to the guy, I'm say, give me a phone. I'm like, see my workplace, you want to come and work with me? Because obviously you unemployed and I'm out here making trouble, so you must want to come and work with me or something, right? Why am I did I behave so, guys? That road is always busy. Always busy. It was early this time. It was after 6 o'clock, but it was almost 7 o'clock. So by 7 o'clock, I know say the road I go get very busy. Say me telling us say almost 6:40. When I calculated the time, I should be where I was at the time at 6:40. But because this guy come stop me, say time ago. So me I look on the road, because we were on the sidewalk at the time. So I'm looking at the road. I'm like, say in the road me I go stand up, because a car by must go bounce me down, and me know them have to stop to ask why this crazy girl in the road. So I'm like, sir, what is your problem? You give me a phone. And the guy was looking at me like this, and I was looking at him like this. So it was just a staring contest. Like, him never expect it. Like, him never expect it. And the guy say, must stare at me. I'm just a stare at him. So then a bike man was passing. Always a bike man, right? So the bike man was passing, and he was just like staring at both of us. Me I try to signal the man, like me. But him just a stare at the both of us, and then him just gone. I'm just like, seriously? So at this time now, the cars were coming and coming, and it was like, that's why me don't like people, me don't like people. This man I try to rob me, guys, and then him a cuss me say him don't like people. So what me fi say? What should I say? So he was there, and he was like, I should walk past him and go about my business. I should walk past him and go about my business. So me there, I think I'm gonna say, the man here clearly take me for a fool, because if he's standing right here, so if I should walk past him to go to my workplace, I'm gonna stab me in my back. That me thinking that he's gonna hurt me. He's gonna find a way to hurt me, alright? Because I should pass him. I'm like, there is the road. You can always go that way. I don't have to pass you. You can always go that way. So he's there looking at me like up and down, and he's like, that's why I don't like people. Yeah, if I never one thing me hurt you. And me just look on the car them a come. So then at that point, he just walked past and he crossed the road and he was walking away, and I waited and waited and waited and waited until I'm sure that he's nowhere near where I was. And then I walked hurriedly to my workplace, right? So I got to work and I sat down. I'm like, oh my god, guess what happened again? I was telling some of my co-workers what happened and all of that, and then I said, boy, girl, you brave bad. It's not that I'm brave, guys. At this point I was just fed up. This is not the first, the second, or the third time I've been in this situation, right? So at this point I just fed up because me I say, why them people here think me soft, or maybe I am soft, but why are you people always targeting me? Like, I don't understand. I understand, say, with the first instance, the man did just thief, right? And I let him they come out. With the second instance, I believe the man see me and hurry, so him think like that girl is scared, or she thinks say thief, cause thieves target that location or that area as well. So me I think that the man, well, I'm thinking the guy is just saying I'm scared, right? But to be honest, I wasn't scared. I was just late. I was